I was told she's about 20. Yeah, I got her. She came from a hoarding situation. From the second I walked in, she was like, "Get me out of here." She was like reaching. Yeah, and I'm not a big bird person. And then in the end, after all the court stuff, he got 4 of them back, and he didn't want her because she has the little growth on her face.
Oh, okay.
And he said she didn't like her tail touched, and that's apparently what he told the court. And I was like, "I'll take her." So I took. Really, other than being in estrus all the time, she's like, she wants a boyfriend all the time. But I think he probably fed kind of a crappy diet because I have a hard time getting her to try new things. I don't know how I feel about flying. Like, I kind of watched her videos and I was like, well, I think people think it's cool, but as a vet, I only see the bad stuff that happens when birds fly. You know, people kind of lose their safety precautions of what birds can get into when they're not home. And so for me, I only see the bad things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I also see that it's a neat thing if they will do that and can do that. It's an enrichment.
The overall health of the bird is going to dictate a lot of things, but also diet can contribute to hormones, as can sleep.
It's like I try to reprimand some things I probably do right, some things I don't do right for that, but yeah, so.
Yeah, so with any hormone related things or any unwanted behavior, you want to get ahead of it rather than react to it. Yeah, so what I would like to see with Sister is what your interaction looks like. Does she target? Does she do anything? You sound like you don't.
I haven't done anything with her. I don't know what she knows. Even the few words that she knows, I don't think, the only thing she's learned from me is how to bark like the dogs and make the growl noises that they make when they play, and she laughs like me now. But she also has a male laugh, and most of her words are in a male's voice. Scorpion.
Hi. Yeah, if you just want to see if she'll go onto the T stand.
She said, "Sure, I'll do whatever you ask me to do."
You can give her a little treat for that because that's a really nice interaction overall.
Good girl.
Or a jab at that.
Good girl.
Right, little treat.
No,
You guys
We're gonna want them to be more than
I know, I didn't break them up small.
But I think the first thing we want to train her is probably target training. Are you familiar with what target training is and why we use it?
A little bit, and I've only seen it used in medical situations to get them to come.
So targeting, yeah, it's exactly what you said, where you're basically getting the animal to choose to come to where you would like it to go.
So
You should do a rep first
you want me to do it?
and just explain it.
Okay. So I'm just gonna naturally
know if
see
I'm
if
not-
she's curious and she wants to touch it.
she is.
Okay, so you can give her a treat.
Notice how it wasn't biting it. We're not looking for a bite. We're just looking for a touch.
Oh, I would have been able to tell you if she was going to bite it. Just by
She
her
didn't like the
behavior.
pine
She
nut.
doesn't like pine nuts. She will eat them though sometimes. Sunflower seeds she'll do too.
Okay, so I'm gonna say she should do it again.
Ow. That's all I do.
That was
when
pretty
she says
intentional.
ow. Yeah, but it wasn't hard.
It was definitely intentional, though. It'll be hard next time.
So give her a banana next time.
No.
See, that's what I went to you.
Oh my god.
You're gonna slap me now? Well, I mean, I don't know what to do when she bites. It's rare. Now, there's a couple bites. There's the really
I'm gonna
hard
have you
bite.
just like take one step back. 'cause she's
There's the
really
little
engaged.
bite, and then there's a pinch. Like if I'm doing something and she wants to get my attention, it hurts.
Yeah.
And I usually ignore her. Once in a while, I will just turn around and say, "You get to go back in your cage if you're gonna do that." And then I take her out.
So what
in
if
2
she's
minutes later.
thirsty and she bites you and you put her in the cage? And she gets water. Is that rewarding or are you punishing her?
I don't know.
If she
She's,
gets what she
she's
wants
thirsty
and she goes into the cage,
and you put her in the cage and she drinks water.
Oh, well then you're.
then you're reinforcing. So
You're
technically what
reinforcing
he's
it.
going for is it can be accidental reinforcement.
I know.
When we need to punish, you know.
Right,
We're
and I
trying
don't
to
know how to punish. Like I've had people say, well, if they bite you, you should drop them. I'm not gonna drop my bird.
No, so punishment overall doesn't translate for birds. They
No.
don't really receive it.
No, but she needs to know that there's a consequence, right, for doing it? Because when she does it and I can't see it coming, how am I gonna know that?
That's the problem, is that you can't see it coming, so you need to learn to see it.
So I'm watching, I watch for fluffy feathers, I watch for her reaching for me versus me reaching into her space. That's when she'll bite sometimes.
So I think the better thing to do would be how you give the treat, maybe giving it up and coming in like I'm
Instead
doing
of
with
this?
the targeting,
Okay.
instead of just like coming right in and being like, take it. You could smack my hand, you could
Okay.
grab my hand, you could
Okay.
do numerous things.
She definitely wants more, I can see that she.
So if we can isolate it where you're just gently giving it, where she cannot bite your fingers.
And I've never given her anything this small. I always give her
So that
things she
might be
can
quite
grab with her
useful.
feet. And if
Okay.
she's reaching with her beak, then I know she could potentially bite me.
Okay,
When did she eat last?
Last night about 7.
Okay.
okay. Do you want to, should I try one and try giving her the treat as well?
And do we know for sure what her favorite treat is?
She's just saying banana chips.
Bananas.
Okay.
I usually, well, fresh banana she likes with the peel, but.
So all of this body language, what do you see from this body language that she's giving me right now?
The fluffed up is excitement usually. Because her eye is going in or out and she is curious.
I'm going to give you a different word to use instead of excited.
Okay.
Heightened.
Heightened. Anxiety maybe?
Heightened.
Okay.
Heightened could be heightened.
Awareness?
Heightened could be, oh my gosh, I'm so glad my favorite grandparents in town. It could also be the bully from the schoolyard is coming at me and he's going to be within punching range in 5 seconds.
Okay.
Heightened is good and bad.
Yeah.
So your task has to be to not put a human emotion to it where it's excited and something, a term that you would associate positively, because what I think Jamie and I are both seeing is heightened in a very potentially aggressive way.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm seeing potential aggression,
Okay.
whereas you're seeing like curiosity and
Yeah.
excitement.
Well, if she
So
starts doing this, then I usually know she wants me to come to her.
So what Dave's saying is just to kind of condition yourself so if somebody wrote me and was like, hey, my bird is eye pinning and its head feathers are fluffed up, what does this mean? Is my bird happy or angry?
Gotcha.
What would I say? I would say it could be either
It could be
one.
either one,
It
yeah.
really depends.
Okay.
So that's where Dave's just trying to get you to look at it from more of
Okay.
a neutral zone of like an open plate.
Because you're correct, you're just assigning a word to it that is making your mind go one direction. You're seeing the same thing we're seeing, you're just labeling it as a positive, where if you say it's heightened, then you look at it and say, okay, is it heightened good or is it heightened bad?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I could say too, she's puffing up. She doesn't do that when she's going to bite me, usually.
Okay. So I'll try
So-
repetition and see what I get from her.
I want her to bite you.
Notice how far Jamie's making her reach. That's to make sure that there's no actual possible aggression of biting the stick. In fact, Jamie's clicking either right before she touches or when her tongue touches.
Okay.
You can't have a pissed off target by just poking it with your tongue. That's an incompatible behavior, right?
Okay.
So what she's doing is she's pairing target with calm.
Okay.
Whereas if she was biting the stick, we would be pairing target with aggression. And we
So
don't
then
want
what
that.
would we do?
We avoid doing it with
So you
aggression.
wouldn't reward her, obviously.
Well,
So you would try to not click. You
wait
basically
till she changes her attitude before you try it again?
it's not her, it's you. It's
Okay.
how you approach
Okay.
that, and you didn't set her up to succeed.
Okay.
So you set her up to be able to be aggressive to it. So that's really what we're getting at, is we're like trying to set you up so that when you come in with the target, you're coming in so slowly and so accurately that as she's reaching, you guys have a beautiful like coming together and then
ET
escape
moment.
versus ET versus coming in and allowing her to be like, I'm gonna break that
Yeah,
stick.
'cause to
I'm
me,
gonna
I see
bite
this,
that
like,
stick."
She doesn't know what that is, and you're coming in, and she's going to do that.
And she's
to
just
it.
gently touching it. So that's
Okay.
why I'm set up a certain way. If I was gonna set up to fail.
Do
which
one
I
more
don't
to
know
your
if I
right.
want to.
I'm gonna get a really close-up shot of that so it's super clear for everybody.
See.
Are you having issues with this focusing for you?
Yeah, I was.
Me too.
But then
what's
it
going to happen?
then it went.
It doesn't want to focus up close.
Oh, I'm getting some mad feathers with you there.
See how she's not physically able to reach Jamie or the stick until there's a mutual coming together. That's a really critical thing for this.
Well, because there was a second where I thought, if you were closer, she would do a quick,
But she can't.
she can't.
So keep in
I
mind-
gotta learn that.
Yeah, so keep
I'm
in
setting
mind-
her up to succeed.
Okay.
She
Good girl.
can't show me the
Good girl.
bad behavior. And even I think I heard you go like, oh, and I was feeling the same way. I'm like, I do not have some pretty
Yeah.
body language here. And so really ensuring that I'm going to be successful. And so one of the things about that is not coming in, realizing like, crap, I went too close. I'm going to back up, because now it's very taunting and teasing. Like, here, touch it.
Yeah, because I almost think of it like teasing if you're coming in slowly, too. That
Teasing would be coming in,
And taking
you
it
going
away.
for it, and me being like,
Okay.
nope, and pulling away. Same thing with the treat. So if you go in too close and you're like, oh crap, I'm too close, I have to back up, that's where I get into trouble.
So she wants
That's
to-
why I just slowly went in. Do we want her to try one? Okay. So why don't you just have one treat in your hand? I will click for you.
So I'm going to be trying to give her the treat with my left hand. and-
Whatever is more comfortable for you. If you need to switch the target to a different hand, or
Okay, you're going to click for me?
I am.
She's watching my left hand. How do you know it's there? Hey.
Oops. You can put your left hand behind your back if you need to. I know, just back up real quick because you just don't have her attention and focus.
Go
ahead.
closer. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl.
So gentle. Good.
So that was great
Yeah,
on
I
the.
like that tree though.
What did you give her?
It was I thought it was a sunflower seed, but yeah.
Why are we using sunflower when she likes banana?
Because I didn't know if I could give her her fave.
Yeah, you can keep going.
Yeah.
Go ahead and ask another one,
Okay.
and we'll let you give her the banana chip this time.
You want to do it again? Do you want to save that? That's a good girl. Good girl. Good job.
Nice, that was way better. So,
Good job. Yeah, and you can just take a step back and put the target down. And
so one of the lessons there is, do you understand why we use a click?
Yeah.
Explain to me.
Well, because you are associating a sound, another cue that tells her she did something right, rather than just my voice.
Perfect. So when Jamie clicked for you, and then you handed her the reward, the banana chip, and what did you say?
Then I said, "Good job."
Right. Well,
Good
good girl, right?
Yeah.
So would you say that saying good girl is also you telling her she did the right thing?
It is, but it isn't necessary.
So
I think
you
it's
could use it in
necessary.
place of a clicker,
Yeah.
but the problem is you said good girl like 4 times leading into the target.
Gotcha. Okay.
So just be aware that the bridge is the click, and you're
Yeah.
taking a picture. Think of the clicker as taking a picture of the exact moment you want to see more of.
Okay.
And if you don't have a clicker, you could use good girl, but right now you're using it as a bridge,
Encouragement.
but you're also using it as
Okay.
encouragement.
but I think
She
right
knows
now
my
it's,
voice is high pitched when I get excited. Good girl.
Yeah.
That's a good job.
I
you
think
know?
right now it's clouding the communication.
I would say switch to this side and do like 1 or 2 more reps. She doesn't seem to like anything other than the banana chip right
I
now.
was gonna say, I'm just gonna
So
make
pause
it
for a sec, look at her. What do you see from that?
Left up. She doesn't know what I'm doing. Maybe
Did she
caution.
lunge at me
No,
when I went by?
I didn't see her
I
lunge.
think she did.
I think she did. I can
Oh.
feel it.
So this is
I can feel
I
it.
should have more fear than I do.
so this is heightened. So if Jamie went in to try to touch her, she'd get bitten. Would you agree?
Well,
Oh, yes.
I can, maybe I'm wrong, but if it was you
Mm-hmm.
and not her, it would be completely different. Her
Right.
behavior towards men, immediately she wants to go to all men. If she only deals with me because I'm the only one she's got.
Yeah, a
But
little
if she had
slut.
a choice, she likes men and she'll go for your hairy face and she'll start flirting. She doesn't have the same behavior.
So I need a
Is she
hairy
poofing
face.
right now?
She's poofing out her crop.
Okay.
Do you want to switch
And then
with me
she'll let
see
it
if she's
out and
any
it smells like bread dough.
different to you, or do you think it'll take away from her? She
I don't know, I'm just,
I want to be with her.
maybe that's
I've
just my
never seen that
perception.
before.
No, so well, and that's a really good perception. So what I view as heightened is different for females than
And you can
males.
just take one at a time if it's easier.
Oh, okay.
I think it'll be easier for you to just.
And giraffes.
Someone.
I think it wouldn't be that
No
hard,
offense.
but it
I was
is.
only using one too, so.
Good.
I wasn't sure how I felt about that one entirely. I think that one of the things I'm seeing is that, how do you explain that, Dave? It's like a little dance. When she shows interest, you need to come in too,
Okay.
and just kind of like meet together. And if she's not showing interest, I would like for you to take away the opportunity and just kind of
So
back
it's not
up.
teasing then.
Do
Okay.
do another
So that
rep.
it's not waiting on
Jamie?
her.
Right.
It's not like, okay, whenever you want to.
Right.
It's when the opportunity is presented, you will do this. You
Can
want
you?
me to do
Yeah.
it?
Why don't you walk through a rep and explain it as needed?
Oh, I dropped it. That was my bad. Nice. Good follow through.
So part of what works there is Jamie used the natural momentum she had of like the inquisitiveness of coming over, and she worked with that to meet her for the initial target. In the future, she'll see the target and go to it, but right now it's this ballet between how do I match your timing to get the behavior I want.
Yeah, if she's not like, see how she followed me around and she's like engaged, this is when I would present it. Whereas if she's turned her back, I might move and see, am I gonna get her attention? How can I get her attention and engagement? And then I'm gonna go in when I think she's gonna be successful. Versus if she's showing no interest, I'm not gonna be like, well, here's a cue that you're gonna ignore. Does that make sense? Okay.
Good job.
That was much better.
Perfect.
Good job.
That was perfect. You read her perfectly. So when she showed interest, you were like, yeah, okay. And you guys
good
met.
job.
That was great.
About like.
We'll end on that.
You want to end on that?
Pause
for
on
now?
that one, yeah.
Okay.
So should
Cool.
I?
Yeah, you can just sit down. She's probably, what do you want to do with her, Dave?
She can step up, yeah. She seems to be, I want to see more interaction.
I don't usually ask her. I have to ask her to step up or anything. She'll do it on her own. You want her back in here?
Yeah, for now.
I gotta run to the restroom now. I feel like everyone took a turn.
I find too for the stepping up and down for me, I don't ever have to ask, but if I always make it so she has to not step down, but step up. Always she has to go up, she'll do it.
Okay.
Do you know why you don't have to offer a food reward when she comes to you?
I feel like she just has been trained well to do that, or she wants to come to me.
She's
wants
getting
out.
what she wants.
wants
You
to
are
come
the
out.
reinforcement.
Yeah,
You are
she
the
wants
reward.
to come
So
out.
food would be a secondary reinforcer.